feel like we should at least address Elimination Chamber, before we really start getting going with Raw Talks.
We usually do that.
Are you aware that you're completely out of the shot right now?
I'm getting ready.
Okay. Well, you can get ready. I'll tell the Dan-Dans what this show's about. This is WWE Raw Talks Live, and on this show, what the fuck are you doing?
I think I'm going to do the whole show like this.
That is disturbing. You shouldn't do anything like that.
This is who I feel like. This is who I
That's
really
who
am.
you feel like?
This is who I really am.
And just today you decided that you should be on the cover of the magazine.
It just does the eyes. It's too irritating to my eyes. So
yeah.
I'm not going to do that.
That was fucked up. Don't ever do that. That's the worst thing ever.
Get over it.
This is WWE Raw Talks Live, what we do on this show on youtube.com/616entertainment. Right after WWE Raw ends, we get on this show and we review the whole show. We recap it, segment by segment, match by match. We cover the whole show. So if you missed it, we got you, Dan. You know what I'm saying? If you watched it and you want to chat about it live in our live chat, we got you, Dan. That's what this whole show is about. We come here, we have fun, we chat about the show. You can't even see now.
It's getting better. It's coming back. My sight's coming back.
Palmer said that's almost as bad as sitting through 3 Roman matches. I think he's talking about
my eyes.
Yeah, the problem with your fucking eyes.
Well, you know what? You guys can talk shit all you want, but one day I'm going to get surgically changed to make my face look like that forever.
Let's see it one more. Do it one more time, just so I know who I'm going to be co-hosting this show with.
I don't even look like this. This is a different man.
The problem with that, when you do that, is you look like someone, but I don't know who it is.
Yeah, I know. It's weird.
I don't know who that thing is, but I know that that's someone. You know who that looks like? That looks like that. Who was that rapist guy? He became a meme with the big forehead, Johnny something, with the black hair.
I have no idea.
Oh, God.
Johnny Rapist.
These guys got to know who I'm talking about.
Rapist.
I'm going to Google Johnny Rapist, and we'll see if he comes up.
If that doesn't work, try Johnny Raper.
Johnny Rapist. Because that's who you look like.
Well, that's not good.
Let's see. No, the first picture is of Danny Trejo. And then Johnny Depp.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who am I talking about? The Dan-Dans have to know who I'm talking about.
Try a rapist meme.
Jazz James says, watching Raw Talks instead of the Austin podcast because I'm a Dan. And that's a real fucking Dan right there, Jazz James. You know who else is a real fucking Dan? Palmer. Because we talked earlier on the board. He was like, dude, they got the Heyman Austin podcast tonight. So everyone who's here with us tonight, Steve, Coulter, Captain McKay, these is the real motherfuckers.
These the real motherfucker.
And don't get me wrong, when we're done with this, I'm going to play The Witcher 3 and watch the Austin Heyman podcast.
I think that's a great idea.
I'm not saying the Austin Heyman podcast is something you shouldn't do.
Hell no.
I'm just saying this is now. Captain McKay says, hell yeah, it has begun, which is a Shane Sung reference.
Well,
Dan-Dans, I need to know who I'm talking about. Who is the Johnny Raper guy? Because I can't remember. But he looks like you. Google ugliest sex offender. That's got to be him. That's got to be him. Let's see. Ugliest sex offender. I spelled it wrong. But I know I'm right about this. If I spell it right, maybe I'll find him, because that just gave me a picture of Miley Cyrus. Talk to the Dan-Dans.
I'm looking up rapist meme.
Yeah.
And I'm getting Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm. Coulter says, here he is.
Oh, yeah.
That's the guy I'm talking about. That's who I was talking about, Dan-Dans. Here, do your face right off screen there, and we'll compare them.
I don't like that he exists.
Someone screen cap this right now, because this is amazing.
But see, his
go back to doing it so they have one more chance to screen cap.
His eyes protrude a little bit more. I'm looking into your soul. I can see your soul.
I'm really upset that this guy is a part of Raw. Brian Peppers, that was it. Johnny Rapist was not close. But you know what the
I don't like that he exists.
Yeah, well that guy's fucked up. You know what? If you got sexually assaulted by that guy, you're either really trusting or blind
or small.
Because I'm just like, whether that guy's a sex offender or not, I don't want to be around that guy. He could be the nicest guy, but I'm all friended up.
He looks like a guy that would create a human centipede.
Palmer says, I can see it. So the point of this show, before we get too into Brian Peppers and the artist looking like a strange, ugly sex offender guy.
This show is not normally a show about rape.
No,
Just
not
so you
normally.
know.
But we have an official intro that we always do every week before we really get going. Coulter says he screen capped it. I think you should tweet it at IDS616, at artist_616, hashtag Raw San Antonio.
At Brian Pepper.
At Brian Peppers. Here we go, Dan Dance.
Hey, Mike, make sure everyone has brown gloves. Does everyone have brown gloves? Dude.
This is a brown glove show.
If there's one thing I want people to think about Raw Talks Live, this is a brown gloves show. You're on point when you say that. So now that we're here, we're ready to go. We are 6 minutes into the show. Maybe we should talk about Raw. Where did we start this week? Tell me about it.
We started in San Antonio, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
You ever been there?
No, I've
never been to Texas.
I wouldn't mind going to Texas.
As long as you go to the big cities.
Yeah. Captain McKay bringing the fucking thunder.
I like it.
That's the real shit right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we got the Authority in the ring. What else is fucking new? Can we start a Raw with somebody else other than the goddamn Authority? Jesus Christ. Stephanie McMahon's talking. Mm-hmm. She's screaming. She's yelling because she's upset that Dean Ambrose walked out with he stole the title. Mm-hmm. She's like, he's a thief. He stole that. He stole the Intercontinental title. He stole the briefcase. And she didn't even mention the cop car from last week.
Yeah.
He stole a fucking cop car. But you know what? She doesn't give a fuck because that didn't belong to her. So she's only concerned about
we got some major heat on Reddit here. Normally I don't talk about these guys, but this guy says he can fuck us all up, which, man, that's trouble. Ryan A says, fuck your podcast. Stop posting on Reddit. Clickbaity bullshit. First of all, he's judging too quickly. You know, this is a brown glove show, but we're going to review Raw. We're going to do a full recap and review. And, you know, I think that's what Reddit's for. It's for brown glove shows.
Yeah.
So maybe you're using Reddit wrong. And if that's the case, I don't know what to tell you.
I think Reddit stands for brown gloves.
You're a hipster, and I'm a fat fuck Justin Gabriel ripoff with red hair.
Oh, I would see. I would not consider myself a hipster. Out of anything, I'm like pretty normcore if I had to choose.
I see, but normcore is a really, really that's a big word to throw around. Big words, you know. Mm-hmm. Normcore. I mean, you're coming at me with the plaid here. We got this button-up shirt. We got one pocket on the side. That's pretty norm. You know what I mean? But you got this slit over here. I don't know if it's cut like that on purpose or if it ripped. Did it. You did that.
But it's a statement.
Oh. Yeah. You're bringing it hard though, because this button here is different from that button. This is not. Yeah, it is. Look, it's got orange.
Look at that. It's
colors.
And it's a clip.
You know, I think it's the shirt that makes you hipster. Get the shirt off, because Ryan's coming at you saying you're a hipster. We got to make Ryan happier.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, we don't.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess it's just a brown glove show.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Raw.
And a normcore show.
Roman Reigns. I want to know why Roman Reigns is the Kane of Dean Ambrose.
Yeah.
He's just doing all of Dean's bidding.
They're buddies, I guess.
I've saw jokes online that Dean and Roman are a buddy cop movie, which I would pay to watch that fucking movie. That would be a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
I would watch that movie day one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes.
But I do question why Roman's they're friends all of a sudden, where they always kind of said in the Shield that they're not friends. You know, we work together, we're mercenaries, we're a unit.
Yeah.
But now they're just best friends just because Seth is a dick.
Right. And the Shield broke up and they had nothing to do with each other for the longest time.
No, but now two best friends, one guy who, according to Roman, he hangs out with his mom and dad, and that's why people don't like him.
Yes.
So if anyone's normcore here, Ryan, I think it's Seth Rollins, which brings us full circle again. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the main problem I have with Money in the Bank here is they can't just leave a good thing alone.
Yeah.
You've got the Money in the Bank match. You got a ladder match here. Right. And they have to fuck it up and do another ladder match. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why do we need two ladder matches on this show?
Because it's like, oh, it's a gimmick. Let's do more gimmicks. Like I get the idea of why this match would be a ladder match, but
why? Why would it be a ladder match?
Because Dean got fucked. Like he should have won, but because like there's like Seth couldn't do what he did. Like he like that shit's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like there's not really a whole lot of ways he can cheat other than like interference. So like his thing was he left the building with the title. If he does that at Money in the Bank, he'll be the champion.
Yeah. Unless Seth goes up there, pulls the belt down.
And then Dean takes it.
And then Dean just takes it. Like, and then you've got the same old conundrum.
Yeah.
Where he was just like, no, I have it. I won it, clearly. How do I have it if I didn't win it? So there's a lot of weirdness going on here. But I do want to point out how good fucking Roman's pop was when he came out.
Big old pop.
Huge pop. Because Roman is over. Believe it or not. Not only is he over, but he's good. You know what I'm saying? Steve says, shout out to Matilda, who's giving birth right now. That's the name of his scorpion.
Happy birthday.
To all of those little scorpions.
Yeah.
Not to Matilda. Well, I guess it
might be her birthday. Oh,
it's her birthday because she's giving birth. But it's the day of birth for all of those little scorpions.
It might be her birthday too. We don't know.
There's really no way
of knowing.
No, there's no way to judge.
We're gonna have to see a birth certificate, and she keeps that shit under wraps. So I don't know.
She's like Obama.
Exactly.
Obama is a scorpion. Hashtag Illuminati. Hashtag Reddit. Hashtag Brown Glove Show.
I've seen Donald Trump tweeting about Matilda's birth certificate. And he wants to see it.
Captain McKay says, shout out, proud parent. We got Reigns versus...
Wait, hold on. I want to say one thing.
Throw it at me.
So Reigns comes out and is speaking for Ambrose. Ambrose wants the ladder match. Seth Rollins accepts.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't need anybody's help.
Yes.
I like that.
I do like it. Like they've had Seth as the cowardly heel, and he's always protected, and he pretends he's not protected.
Right. He
did get pissed off here, and he was like, "Fuck it, I can beat him without you guys." Right. So I do like that. Even though he's the pussy heel, his competitive nature came out. Yeah. That's a fun little twist. Because even Triple H is like, "Fuck! Like, what are you doing? Stop this shit!" And Seth yells at Kane and calls him a 7-foot piece of crap. Kane didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Kane didn't even make a face. Which, let's talk about the Kane thing. Is it dead? He didn't do anything at the pay-per-view. No. He didn't do anything on Raw tonight other than stand on the apron and get knocked down. Right. The Seth Kane heat seems to be gone. Yeah. So if that was just a holdover and we went through all of those twists and turns with Seth and Kane and there's no payoff,
that's fucking stupid.
I'm going to remember how fucking dumb that was.
I already remember it.
I do remember it because it's fresh, but we don't know if it's officially done. You know what I'm saying? You feel me on me? But if at Money in the Bank, Kane helps Seth win, and then Kane is just like, you only won because I helped you win and we're still doing this, I'm going to be like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Let's get some sort of development here.
I agree.
So Triple H is like, Reigns, don't go anywhere. You're a dick. I'm going to go get a guy to fight you. We go to commercial. We come back. Roman Reigns versus Bad News Barngern.
King Bad News.
Bad News King Bang.
I think King Bad News is a cool name.
No, I think it's terrible.
I'll just go kill myself.
Palmer says it should be dead, but it's not. I agree, but I don't think it should be dead just because it's Seth versus Kane. I would have liked for them to have already had their problem and had matches by now. You know, because I think Seth and Kane could have a good match together. I think they could tell a good story. But just the amount of bullshit that's come along with this is my problem.
Yeah. What about the Bad News King?
No, because then he's just like, who thinks they can deliver bad news better than me?
Yeah, nobody can.
Yeah, but is he going to do a Bad News Open every week? And then a bunch of NXT guys come up and they're like, you know, he's been doing bad news for like 12 years. And then he beats Barrett clean and the internet still complains.
Yeah.
So we got Bad News versus Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns and the ladder match, the Money in the Bank ladder match spot
is on the line.
Mm-hmm. Roman Reigns, because he's like Seth's buddy. Or not Seth's, Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, Gene's
Ambrose. They were like, fuck you, guilty by association.
Fuck you, guy, you're a dick. Yeah. That's the basic feeling I get from them. The match was good. I liked it. Good back and forth action. A lot of people still don't like Roman, and I don't. You know what? I don't think it's a lot of people anymore. I think some people don't like Roman now, and a lot of people are over it.
I think it's dying down.
I think it's died down. I think it's mostly over.
I do too.
I just like Roman is over.
I didn't like the hatred for him anyway. So
no,
I'm glad
it's
over with. Because it seemed like it was like after it was just like the Rumble happened, and then it was just like death to Roman.
Mm-hmm. The best part of this match was almost a fuck up, where Roman does his like roll through into the power bomb, and he picked Barrett up, and got stopped because Barrett's a big motherfucker. And then Bad News Roman had to go like, he fucking hulked him up and power bombed him, and I was like, he earned that shit.
He earned it, and I just love it because it's like there's power in the struggle.
Yeah, it looked better because of the struggle. Yeah, and I like that move. It's a high impact move, but it's a fast move. It's a good one for his arsenal. Yeah, I like Roman. If you don't like Roman, you can go fuck yourself.
Just take a walk. That's what I say.
Isn't that a song by some like hipster band?
Take a walk on the wild side.
Oh, that fucking
that
shit.
Song.
Who is that? Passion Pit?
I think so.
Like garbage. So we go backstage. Roman wins, so he's off the hook until we find out later. Nikki's backstage and she's cutting a promo, and then Paige shows up.
Oh right. Pretty Paige.
And Paige basically says, "Oh, it's funny. You've taken out all comers and you've done this and you've done that, but you didn't beat me. I won the Battle Royal. Who cares?"
Yeah.
So and then Nikki is like, "What?"
And then Naomi fucked her. What? Yeah. Why didn't she get the match? Didn't Naomi come out?
I thought you meant now.
No, like that's she fucked her after the Battle Royal.
True.
And that's why she couldn't.
True.
She never got her shot.
So my takeaway from this promo is later tonight we're getting Nikki versus Paige, which is a fact, but also Nikki has a hard time pronouncing people's names. Like Byron Saxton. She was like, "Listen up, Byron." Like, there's no dash in his name. And then she was just like, "Paige, you think it's a problem just because Naomi decided?" It was like, you're saying it like it's their first and last name.
I wonder if she does have a problem and she's like has to like really enunciate to make sure she doesn't fuck it up.
Yeah. Like, or no, the problem I think is her enunciation.
But I'm wondering if she's like slowing it down, like sounding it out. Like if she didn't say Byron, she'd been like Byron. So she was like, "No, it's Byron."
She's like, "I got to make sure I hit it hard."
Byron.
Palmer says John Cena delivered bad news better by pointing out that kid had cancer. That was a classy move. I liked how he did that. Yeah. I didn't like how he did it again, though. Because he did it once.
He cheapened it.
It was a great moment, and then it did get cheapened. Jazz James says Roman is getting over organically, which is good. And I definitely agree.
And it helped, like, I think it just helped him that he lost at WrestleMania.
Him losing at WrestleMania is the best thing that's happened in his career. Steve says to Jazz, "Haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate." Because Jazz said, so can those pricks from Reddit. Oh, because Captain McKay, I'm fucking up the chat here. Okay. Glad people are getting behind Roman. I always liked him. I agree. Roman non-likers can go fuck themselves. Yeah, I like Roman. Big time. I like Roman.
I do too. So I want that on a shirt, what Steve said.
Haters gonna hate, potatoes gonna potate.
I want that on a shirt.
It should be a picture of you like this.
No. Should be a picture of me, my face on a potato.
I like that you called it a potato. That's not what you say. You've never said that in your life.
No.
Waka got to May 2010, which I believe is Ricky, says probably a byproduct of being dick slapped by Cena. Not sure what he's talking about. The kid having cancer? You got to be more clear because the chat is a little bit behind us.
We're behind.
Because you guys are behind. We're saying this live and then you get it like 15 seconds later. So we got Ryback comes out
in the ring. Yeah.
And the Intercontinental title, which is a traditionally big belt, that classic design, that thing's fucking big, looks so small around his waist. Yeah. You can see the edges of the side plate when it's on him because the thing is spread across him so big.
He probably uses like the outer buttons, the outermost buttons to snap, you know?
One of the best things ever was when Big Show was hardcore champion. That motherfucker.
Get that off your fucking screen.
That guy came off my phone again. When Big Show was hardcore champion, he strapped the belt around his arm because it was so fucking small and his arm was so big.
That's funny.
Let's see if I can find a photo of it. Because there's got to be a photo of it somewhere. And it helped that The belt was all broken and fucked up, so it was a little more flexible. But I'm having trouble finding it right now. Dan Nance, if you find a photo of Big Show with the hardcore title strapped on his arm, tweet it at me at idea616. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what are we talking about here? Jazz James says, very true, Steve.
Right back.
Ricky says, the Nikki Bella thing, you dickhead. Oh, she can't get names out because she got dick slapped by John Cena.
Yeah, good call, good call.
Coulter says, Caitlyn Jenner is going to have the best throwback Thursday pick. I don't want to talk about that. Ryback comes out. He's facing The Miz. And I go, what the fuck is he facing The Miz for? The Miz has been irrelevant for how long now? Nobody likes the fucking Miz. There's not a human in the world who's like, yes, here comes The Miz.
I bet there's one.
No one that matters. And so
you said no one.
The Miz comes out, Big Show comes out, and somewhere handy dandy Andy Jarrett was going, God damn it, because he hates the Big Show.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people at this point hate the Big Show. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So Big Show comes out, he knocks out The Miz, and you thought he turned face. You were like,
for like a second.
And I'm just like,
what was going on.
It's not a face turn. It's just Big Show going, fuck this guy. I'm going to be the one to take the belt.
Yeah.
And that's basically what Big Show said.
Right.
You call yourself the big guy.
Yeah.
Meh. And then what happened?
Nothing.
He just left?
Yeah.
That was fun, right?
I'm not looking forward to this.
Nope, not a bit.
Not a goddamn bit, I tell you.
So somewhere around this point, do we see Roman backstage and we find out that he's got to face Mark Henry?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about it now.
No. We got Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens, the big man. He's not the big man.
Real quick, we'll wrap it up. Kevin Owens versus John Cena last night. I don't give a fuck what your opinion is. I'm not you. What the Dan Dance. But the Dan Dance, I think we all kind of share a similar opinion. And if you have a different opinion, let me know and we'll talk about it.
But you're wrong.
I think that match last night with Owens and Cena was fucking great.
It was
fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. Owens goes over clean, which even if he did win, which I thought there was a small possibility, I didn't think it was going to be clean. It was fucking awesome. I think it's exactly what that match should have been. So now here we are, the day later, Owens comes out. Yeah. What does he do? And then we'll talk about what we think.
So Owens comes out on his own with the NXT title. He's standing in the ring. He's got the microphone and he's cutting a promo. John Cena. He's talking about how we beat Cena clean last night. His son, his little baby boy, is a John Cena fan.
Yeah.
Giant John Cena fan. He's just asking, and he's, is John Cena okay, Dad? Is he okay? I'm such a fan of John Cena.
I'm a fan.
I got all these Cena clothes, and Kevin Owens is like, not in my house.
Dad, it's a belt. That's how you put it up. Who put these holes in my belts?
Oh, that line he said when he's a Cena fan and everyone started booing. He's like, well, he's a kid. Come on.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Yeah. He's a John Cena fan. Boo! Hey, he's a kid.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. It's a WWE marketing. It's his fault.
But he also said he's not okay with it.
No, fuck it. He was just like, and that's the problem. Coulter tweeted me a photo of Big Show holding the hardcore
You
title.
stupid motherfucker, Coulter. That's not what we asked for, goddammit.
And he says, good enough? No. Because I said where he's got it wrapped around his arm.
We saw this one when he was looking.
So then Ricky sends me a photo of Big Show with the Intercontinental title, which is also not what I asked for. But in comparison with Ryback,
you are incompetent motherfuckers.
No, Ricky's doing something different. Where I said, look how small Ryback makes the IC belt look. And he's going, look how small Big Show makes it look. So he kind of took his own thing and he started a new thing with it where Coulter just fucked up.
Still not what we asked for. So
Steve says Big Show wearing the IC title around his arm. It's a link, and he's going to be trolling.
It's going to be like
it's
a black
something different.
Or something.
It's this is what he tweeted at me. Someone had that as a sign in the crowd at a recent. I might have been Raw last week. It was just a giant photo of that.
That's a good one.
Ricky Schmidt says they need to bring back the Dungeon of Doom. No, they don't. Jazz James says Kevin Owens, don't boo my son, you dicks. That's not what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Schmidt says, I sent the IC title picture. Didn't I credit him? I think.
Yeah, but he probably typed that before you read it.
Yeah, how dare you? Coulter says, "Fuck you, artist."
Fuck you,
61616.
Coulter. You goddamn minor. I'll go to jail to whoop your ass.
Here, okay, dude. I really want this fight to happen. Coulter, I don't remember where you live. If Coulter can get a ride out here, you can stay at my house, and we're gonna have a fight. And we gotta have Captain McKay come out because he's gonna be the referee. Yep. Coulter, you can get whoever you want in your corner who's willing to do it. But I want to film this fight and I want to put it on YouTube. I think that would get tens of views. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I am confident that you could beat him.
Of course I can.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fucking artist.
How are you going to beat him? Have you been training at all?
Nope.
You ate a bunch of macaroni and a hot dog today.
It's muscle food.
Muscle food.
It's fuel.
Okay.
Caloric fuel.
Ricky Schmidt says, you know what, artist? I hope Coulter eye pokes you.
It's not going to matter.
Do you get it, though? I think he's referencing that's your finisher in wrestling because you bring the pain.
Oh, I forgot.
I think that's what he's referencing. If not, I just gave him credit for making a good joke. Okay, so Kevin Owens and John Cena. This is the most I've ever written down for one segment, I think.
So he's talking about Cena, then Cena comes out.
Mm-hmm. Steve says, I'm so glad Mike Artist isn't mad at me anymore. Ricky Schmidt says, come on, Ian. Dozens of views.
Dozens.
So, Owens is in the ring cut his promo.
Mm-hmm.
Him beating John Cena not only makes him look good, it makes NXT look good, which is something I love. Because if he comes up from NXT and does this, it's like, wow, this NXT guy just came up and he beat John Cena. He beat Superman.
Who else is in NXT? That could be good.
You. When you said that, I pictured the joke would be better if Sami Zayn, a.k.a. your music hit, but in my head, I heard Ricky Martin. So I was like, you. What the fuck is happening? So I think NXT looks good. Mm-hmm. I wrote down, he's a kid, which is what he said about his son. Yeah. He used the term Super Cena on television, which I don't think anyone has ever done on television before.
I've never heard it.
So when he said that, he's like, not only did I beat Cena, I beat Super Cena. That's when he became Super Cena and everything. Yeah. And I was just like, wow. Like, that's a term that's been used on the internet for a long time, back when everyone fucking hated John Cena. Yeah. Now a lot of people who hated John Cena have come back around because Cena's doing different things. I was one of them. Yeah. I was a giant Cena mark in 03, 04. And then I was like, by the time like 2006 came around, I'm like, just tired of him. I'm done. Like, let's do something new. Yeah. Like when RVD beat him for the title when ECW came back, it was like, wow, this is refreshing. And then RVD got arrested and he lost the title.
Legitimately arrested?
Yep. Him and Sabu got busted for weed.
We gotta change that law.
RVD was the ECW champion and WWE champion at the same time.
That's cool.
And then he got arrested and he lost the ECW title to Big Show and the WWE title to Edge, I think. I don't really remember. So they finally got behind him and he fucked up. I was like, come on, dude, really? So the problem that I had was John Cena comes out. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll start with the positives. His acting tonight was A+. Mm-hmm. I thought the delivery that was fantastic. I agree. The energy he was putting behind it, but he almost, nowadays he always fucking blows it up.
Yes, he's very good at his delivery and his on-screen presence.
What I wrote down was what he was saying, though, falling completely flat. Yeah. And the main problem I had was not a real man. Yeah, you're almost a real man. John Cena is divorced, doesn't have a family. He's like, you know what I mean? Kevin Owens
is a father.
He's a father, he's a husband, and he's been busting his ass 10 years off of television to provide for his family. And you're gonna tell this guy that he's not a real man? Like, I had a problem with that.
I didn't like that.
Because as fans, we're supposed to be getting behind what John Cena says. Right. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to look at it that way. And then I can't remember what does this say? Pirates aren't complete? Phrases aren't corporate. When Kevin Owens is saying the bright colors and the catchphrases, he's a corporate machine. Like, my son likes him because the office told him to like John Cena. And John Cena comes out and he was like, the catchphrases aren't corporate. Like, that's what, but they are, though. Like, even if me trying to get behind John Cena because he's the good guy and I'm supposed to feel what he's saying, you can't tell me that the marketing guy isn't going, okay, well, the red one's going to say never give up. and then we're gonna have the green one that
Oh,
says
of course.
Hustle.
Yeah.
So I
exactly.
just feel like everything that John Cena is saying is he's lying to me. You know what I mean?
he's the
So Cena would have a thing of coming out when the heel will get over by saying what the internet fans are saying, which
Right.
is like what we would say.
Mm-hmm.
So then John Cena would come out and be like, well, you're just saying that because of this, and I've been here for 10
Right.
years, but that I didn't feel like that way at all tonight.
No,
I felt like everything he said was just like boom.
Like, well, everything he was saying was very corporate. Like
Mhm.
he was like, he was not playing into, but like he was proving everything that Owens was saying about him right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, if you think about it, it's like, depending on how you look at it, like Cena's kind of the bad guy in this, and like,
No, I don't think he's the bad guy.
no, he's not. I just mean like if Owens is coming out and saying like is kind of speaking the truth
Mhm.
for the fans,
Yeah.
and like Cena comes out and is being very corporate, which is
Mhm.
what he's.
I didn't feel like he was being corporate though.
I
I
think he
felt
was.
like he was just saying like I'm here and I fight for this guy and I fight for this girl with cancer,
Yeah.
which great moment, everyone applauded, and like we said before, he did it again and it cheapened it.
Yeah.
And it turned it into just like, oh, get a better shot so we can point to this later for the next fucking 9 John Cena DVDs, which is kind of a corporate thing. I thought he brought it full circle when I wrote down brought it back with NGU. But I don't know what the fuck I was talking about there. John Cena said something. Oh, never give up.
Oh.
When he was basically saying, listen, Kevin, you have a problem with me, but you fucking are me. All right? You've been out there busting your ass, working hard. So
That
people
was
look
cool.
up to you and you didn't give up.
Yeah.
So sorry to tell you, buddy, but you are what you hate because you're really good and everything.
Uh-huh.
That was awesome. He brought it full circle. But then he lost me again when he said a man talking to an almost man. He lost me again.
Because that's how he
So
finished. That's
he
how
repaired
closed.
the whole promo for me, and then he fucked it up again by saying almost man. It was dumb. I like I don't know how to feel about they square off and then Owens gets out of the ring.
Well,
Because Owens knows he can beat him.
Mhm.
It's not like Owens doesn't believe that it was a fluke
No.
that he nailed the powerbomb and beat him. That's why he made a point to, before this match, he came out completely unafraid. Because he's like, I know I can beat you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm better than you. And then he beats him. And then the next night he comes out, like, why did he get out of the ring?
Well,
You
yeah.
can maybe point to him before saying, I'll fight you on my terms, not yours.
Yeah.
But
That's kind of how the way I looked at it. I
Okay.
didn't look at it as he was scared
mhm.
of Cena. I think it was yeah. I'm not gonna like, because Cena came out and interrupted his promo, took his shirt off, was like, come on, let's do this.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not gonna indulge you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you
Why
the
do you think you run the
satisfaction."
show? Yeah.
Yeah.
You got it's not
Like, fuck you.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I kind of figured that out as I was talking about
Yeah.
it. Let's go ahead.
No.
Before we get off.
I don't really watch NXT.
Yeah.
And this the Kevin Owens versus John Cena match, that was maybe the first. I feel like I've seen him wrestle in NXT before, but I think, and obviously we know he signed a contract
Mhm.
with the WWE to become a permanent roster guy, correct?
Yeah.
Like him as his character, like his heel, him as a heel.
Mhm.
I feel like the WWE needs a guy like him.
Owens.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
agree.
he truly is, at least from what we've seen, he is a fighting heel.
Oh yeah.
He's not the pussy.
It's his
like-
catchphrase. Fight, Sting,
Yeah.
fight. And he dresses like a fighter.
Like
He doesn't dress like Stardust.
Mhm.
He's a flashy character.
Yeah.
Like he throws on his shorts, he throws on his shirt, he throws on his boots. He's gonna fuck you up. He's
Yeah.
gonna get paid, and he's gonna go home and see his family.
And
Rinse and repeat.
he's just a dick.
Yeah.
And like,
I don't even think he's a dick. I think he's just brash.
yeah,
Because he didn't say like he didn't pull a Chael Sonnen.
no.
Like, John Cena, you absolutely suck. Like, I'm going to send you home. Like, you're going to cry about I'm a better man than you. He just said, I'm better than you.
Yeah.
Now that I'm here, I'm going to prove that I'm better than you. And then he came on Raw and said, I told you I was better than him.
Right. Yeah.
And that's all he did.
Like Rollins always says he's a fighting champion, but he's not.
No, not at all.
Like, not at all.
It took his back against the wall tonight for him to one time
Right.
to go, okay, let's do it. Let's get back
I
to
kind of love for Rollins to go over clean.
in the ladder match. No, and not for his character now. Like later in his career, like clean or like face Rollins, I want him to go over for being good. But right now, he's not supposed to be the great wrestler.
I know, but
he's
it would
supposed to be the coddled, up and coming star of the Authority.
True.
You know what I mean?
I know, but I just.
Coulter says, "You can't beat me," talking about the fight that you guys are going to have in June of next year.
That just makes me laugh.
Jazz James says, "To you, watch out. Coulter knows karate. Only two kinds of people know it." And Coulter says, "The Chinese and the king." Coulter says, "You never even paid to learn."
I didn't learn how to dance. I didn't learn how to.
What is happening?
I didn't pay to learn how to dance.
Oh, Coulter,
I didn't learn how to. I didn't pay to learn how to fight, but I know how to fight, motherfucker.
Coulter doesn't know. We recorded a podcast on
You got it
Sunday
coming.
night.
You got it coming.
And the artist cuts like a 3.5 minute hard promo on Coulter.
Wait for you
And Coulter, I'm just letting you know now, bring your fucking shovel because he buried the fuck out of you. You're gonna need more than one shovel. It's gonna have to be like a diamond shovel, like that Minecraft shit. You know what I'm saying? Look out, motherfucker! You're gonna hit me in the head. Ricky Schmidt says, "So is Cena's open challenge thing over?" No, I don't think so. I think he's just gotta. He doesn't have time for it right now. Like he's not really thinking about open challenge. He's thinking about this motherfucker beat me, and now I gotta beat him and teach him a lesson.
Gotta beat him. Teach him a lesson.
That was fucked up. Coulter says, "I hope not. The open challenge has been my favorite part of Raw this last few months, and I agree."
Me too.
Ricky says that Ryback did it 2 years ago with the Super Cena thing. I don't really remember that. But Ricky doesn't. He watches wrestling 24/7. So if he says it, I believe it.
Oh, he knows. He's an expert.
He also said, "To be honest, I started to turn on Cena when they swapped him and Batista in 2005. Did not want Cena as the top guy in the main show. Plus, I wanted to see a Batista versus Angle feud more than a Cena versus Angle feud." I don't think we ever got a Batista Angle feud. I don't think they would have great matches.
That's why he's upset. He wanted it. And
Steve
Cena
says,
stole it from him.
Kevin Owens gear is my 2001 era CAW attire, which is Creator Wrestler, if you don't know that.
I didn't know.
You didn't grow up with the wrestling games.
Nah.
Captain McKay says, "I need to hear this promo." You
Wait till
will
Wednesday,
episode 64 of the 616 Entertainment Podcast, right here on this channel. You know what I'm saying? Coulter says, "Next time I'm on the podcast, it's on, motherfucker."
You think
next time you're on the podcast, maybe if you listen to them, you piece of dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Coulter is
like
Ansper.
next time I'm on the podcast, like it's just an assumed thing that he's going to be on the podcast again.
Let's talk about Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingstar. Kofi King boy, Coffee Klingon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have much to say about this match.
Not the
Ziggler
match,
had a
no.
really good drop kick at one point.
Oh yeah.
And then
it was hard.
Like right on, I was just like, that was a great drop kick. And then they slowed it down. It was like, it was all right. Like there's been so many good kicks and clotheslines that they don't go to slow-mo for. And this one they did, and it went from looking like a really hard shot to like a
Yeah. Well, see, sometimes that kind of shit is like I feel like that's not fair to the wrestlers because it's like it's so hard to make something look good and like it looks good in the match and then you slow it down when they're doing like fake shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, look how like like, and especially sometimes they replay stuff that was just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like when like the knees to the face that just completely miss, and then they replay it, and then it's like, why?
And it's like, why did you show that? Like,
you
at least switch the angle. Ricky says, "When is Saint going to be on the podcast and or me?" Ricky, you've never asked to be on the podcast. You've never shown any interest in being on the podcast. I don't think you've ever commented on any of the podcasts. So how the fuck should I know if you listen to it, let alone want to be on it? You know what I'm saying? Go fuck yourself. At least now I know you want to be on it. Saint, I've talked to you about coming on. And
really?
Down the line, I'm sure that's going to happen. We'll talk to him.
What other names does he go by?
Saint, Bart, Cinematic, Goldberg, Willow, Christ. These fucking guys. This is why I have to give them all.
Brick? Is he one of his alter egos, or is that another guy?
No, Brick is his own man.
Because I can't fucking keep up.
Well, you barely go on the board anyway.
I've been going, but that's why it's so hard. It's like diving into comic books when you have no idea what's going on. You jump in there and there's like all these fucking names and they're just talking about random shit. It's like I don't even know where to start.
Coulter says
Where did
more
it
like
start?
when is Britt going to be on the podcast? So that was topical. Ricky says, I have asked. I don't remember that. So once in a while, leave a fucking comment and be like, yo, asshole, when am I going to be on? And I'll remember, and it'll be drilled in my head that you want to be on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, of course, Ziggler wins Disco Inferno. Palmer says podcasts are fun.
You're sure?
I just found out Palmer was on a podcast the other night. I don't know if it's his podcast. Like, I'm getting to know Palmer a little better now. You know what I'm saying? We've been like internet acquaintances for a while. That's a good gift. Someone should gift the shit out of that.
That's nice.
How do you feel about that? You should dance too. That's this show in a nutshell. It's a brown glove show.
Where we occasionally dance.
So Ziggler, of course, gets a win when he's facing a guy that I also want to get a win. That's what seems to be the case every time.
Yeah.
Every time fucking Ziggler wins. The Dan should know I wrote Eden on my hand right there about, I think the color Eden Styles in WWE.
Yeah.
And I wrote that on my hand because part of my dream last night was, I think I was just on the internet and I was like flipping through and I just saw an article that said she got released and I was like, oh man, she was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I kept scrolling and that was it. It wasn't even a big deal.
But it's a dream. She's still there. Don't worry.
Palmer says 411's podcast, good times. I don't know dick about it, but if you're on it, I bet it's pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's be on each other's podcasts. You know
Let's do it.
We'll cross promote and we'll do this stuff together.
Cross streams.
You don't ever cross the streams. That's what got Eden fired.
In podcasting world, you cross the streams as much as you possibly can.
Oh, okay. See, I'm learning things every day.
Yeah.
So then we get an impromptu six-man tag.
Because they attack Ziggler. PTP comes out. New Day versus PTP and the new Ziggler, not the New Day and PTP.
The new
That would
Ziggler.
make that sense.
I'm gonna eat my hair for the rest of this show.
Don't do that.
No, that'd be disgusting. You know what I'm saying? So, we've had an issue the past couple weeks where Titus does this move where he does a backbreaker and then he throws the guy. He just shit cans him to the side. And a couple of weeks ago, while he was doing that, I heard this weird voice go, "Take out the trash. Take out the trash." And I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Because it was quiet. Like it wasn't very
That's
loud.
not it.
Bag of glass.
Yeah, that was the bag of glass. Let me find the clip because we listened to it a million times. Dan's listen closely, and you'll hear the voice go, "Take out the trash." And in case they missed it, we'll play it again. So we listened to that a million times, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" A fan off microphone. I don't know what happened, but he got on. Just this weird voice, "Take out the trash." And then tonight, Tyson gets in the ring. He picks up
Xavier Woods.
Apollo. He picks him up and he throws him. Kofi jumps, grabs him, backbreaker, throws him, and we hear, "Take out the trash." And we're going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's
like,
Booker.
what was that? And then we run and we listen again, and it's Booker.
It's Booker.
What voice is he doing?
Take out the trash.
And it's so quiet that, like, his commentator mic is right here.
Yeah.
And it's so quiet that it's like an in-joke with him and JBL, and he's going, "Take out the trash."
Because it's been quiet both times.
Yeah, like you can barely hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's so funny. Steve says, "Be right back. I'm going to go get a toothpick
You
and a glue gun."
motherfucker, this show doesn't revolve around you,
He
Steve.
says, "Stop talking for like 5 minutes and wait for me."
No.
Now, I would love to run a bit where we just leave for 5 minutes and wait for him to come back.
I don't want to do that.
I think he was setting us up for a really great moment on the show, but we've gone long.
Yeah, I don't want to do
have
that.
time for that.
I don't want to do that.
Next time. Palmer says, "That's a weird combination of items, MacGyver." He also says, "Sounds like an old woman with a smoking problem." Take out the trash.
Yeah.
So it's Booker. The mystery, the jig is up, and I kind of wish I didn't know that the jig was up because I liked thinking that there was this traveling fan who sits behind the announcers going, "Take out the trash."
Well, it wasn't to be.
This was a fun match.
It was. Fucking Tyson.
Titus.
I think
is
you
a
said
small white
Tyson.
man. You did.
I
Just
think
now.
you said it earlier, and it fucked me up. Because I wrote Titus down.
Not the case.
He looked He looked impressive.
I wrote down Titus is king.
Wrecking shit.
Fucking love Titus O'Neil.
Titus was wrecking shit.
Wash rag.
He did that take. He took out the trash twice
He
in a
took
row.
out the trash. I love Titus, dude. And people who don't like Titus, even more than people who don't like Roman, go fuck yourself. Because I love Titus O'Neil.
Why haven't they done anything with him?
Titus?
Yeah.
I don't know. Burnout Inc. says, LOL, if I review Titus O'Neil action figure, I'll have to have that soundbite. Take out the trash.
Yeah.
Or wash rag, both of them. I think they both work. They should make a Titus action figure that comes with a wash rag. You know what I'm saying?
Like a full-size one or just like a little bitty one for his hand to hold?
No, not a full-size one. It's a little one for him to take to the ring. You know what I mean?
I just think it might be cool, like, to have a full-size wash rag
Mm-hmm.
as a collector's.
I have a question for the Danans who are watching right now for the next giveaway item, because I've been talking about doing another one. And Saint, a.k.a. Chris, a.k.a. all those other names, he gets the first entry because he entered last time, but I didn't see it until it was too late. You remember? I didn't forget that shit. He's on the list,
right.
even if he's not here tonight, because he's a jerk off. You know what I mean?
Fuck you. Fuck all.
He gets the first entrant. But the giveaway item is the Defining Moments Razor Ramon that comes with the Intercontinental title.
That's exciting.
So Dan, do you have that already? Is that something you're interested in entering the giveaway for? Let me know.
I
You know what
think
I'm
they're
saying?
gonna love it.
Because I got one. It's in my car. I don't have it here right now. But I went to Toys R Us because I had a super important piece of business to take care of. I had to go get these fancy son of a bitches. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an amiibo guy. I don't collect them. But
collect those.
Charizard's cool as fuck. And to me, I talk about these. I consider them the championship Marios.
Yeah.
So those two I needed.
How many amiibos do you have now?
I have these three, and then just the
Mega
ones we
Man,
use
Yoshi.
for Monopoly.
Shit.
Mega Man, Yoshi,
Samus,
Mario, Samus,
Pikachu,
Link, and Pikachu. So I have like 6 of them.
I'd say you collect them.
No, I don't, because I bought those for us to use in Monopoly.
Yeah, but you have like 8 of them. I'm not saying you're like you
Because we have Monopoly players.
I'm not saying you collect. You're trying to collect all of them,
Yeah.
but you've bought 8 amiibos. That's a collection.
No, it would be a collection if I have them like I have my comic books.
No.
Or it's a collection if I collect them like I collect my DC Kotobukiya statues up there. You know what I'm saying? That's a collection. We got to light that shit because those motherfuckers are impressive.
Those are pretty cool.
And if you don't think that shit's impressive, you can go fuck yourself like a Roman Reigns hater. You know what I mean? I don't give a gosh darn. You know what I'm talking about? You feel me, you know me? Yeah. So let's talk about what the Dan Nans is talking about. Ricky Schmidt says, I do not have it. Steve says, give away the thing I'm making with the glue gun, toothpick, and glass of water. I don't know what it is. Coulter says, Razor Ramon, meh. Fuck you. It's a giveaway. This shit's free.
Yeah,
What do you want it to be? Suggest things.
Oh, I can't wait to fucking kick your ass! You son of a bitch!
Ricky Schmidt says, oh, fuck, it's Charizard. Burnout says, that'd be a fun running gag. Titus says the back radio to a random person, throws the guy into an actual pile of trash, take out the trash. Then he does the dog bark. we just gave Titus a whole new wrinkle. You know what I'm saying? Burnout and Captain are big time buddies. You know
They're
what I'm saying?
buddies.
Yeah. Or I'm just putting words in their mouth. But now they're having their own conversation. Captain McKay says, I do have it, but hell, didn't stop me from entering the last one. And then he won. Which reminds me, I got to get my new contest rolling and announce the winners from my last contest. Been slacking as fuck. How dare you, sir? He announced that contest a long time ago.
Have more dignity.
He's been working so hard on Godzilla Aftermath and
He's a
X-Men
hard
Brotherhood and all
He
this
is a
other
hard-
shit.
He does do a lot.
He does.
Why
Burnout
you
says nice
take
amiibo things.
some time off, why don't you?
It's funny that the only amiibo that Burnout has is a really rare one. Little Mac. He's hard to come by.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Here's how I feel about amiibos real quick. If those things were like $4 a pop, I'd buy them all. But at $13.99 a
That's
piece,
so fucking expensive.
I can't do it. Sorry.
That's
I would
ridiculous for
love
that
to
thing.
have them. Just like their cool shelf
Yeah.
stuff, you know, like those motherfuckers. But you know what I'm saying? Steve's working on custom
Coulter
ones.
wants to fight you too now.
Coulter,
You are digging holes you're digging graves, motherfucker.
the Coulter. Yeah, seriously, just fight him. And
You're
he's gonna
digging
beat you.
so many graves, you don't have enough bodies to fill them.
I would love for someone to challenge me to a fight just so I have an excuse. You know what I'm saying? You know what that shit is? That's guillotine choke first round. Put it away. You know what I'm saying? Ask Brock Pfeiffer. You know what I'm saying? Remember that shit? Remember when we used to fight in the trampoline?
Yeah, and then Diotto left. He's like, I don't even want to be around this.
Good times.
What pussy.
Where we go next? I think we got Reigns versus Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. I really like Mark Henry's entrance music.
Somebody gonna get the wig split. Somebody gonna get the ass kicked.
Yeah, and that's like kiss his butt, shake his hand, shake his hand.
What? No, beat him up, break his neck, break his neck.
No. It's kiss his butt and shake his hand. It's all nice things. It's singing about nice stuff.
I don't think anyone wants you to kiss their butt.
Oh yeah, they do.
Give me your Mark Henry theme music one more time.
Kiss his butt, shake his hand, shake his hand.
I don't think that's ever been Mark Henry's thing.
I don't know what show you're watching.
That's fucked up.
I don't know what you're listening to.
Ricky Schmidt says, well, they're $14. Did not know that. Yeah, that's true. Jazz James says, Coulter versus Sal Melendez. Book it. The problem with that is me versus Coulter. I'm going to choke him unconscious with a guillotine in probably about 13 seconds.
Sal's going to bring like a shiv.
Sal's just going to kill him. Like, he's not even going to wait for the fight to start. Like, they'll be in opposite corners, and then Sal's just he's going to shoot him or something. Or throw fireworks at him and then just dump a bucket of acid on him.
Sal has killed people.
A lot of them. He'll do it for cheap. It doesn't cost a lot to get Sal to kill people.
He killed Clark Stan.
We don't talk about Clark Stan, okay? We don't talk about Job Dampkin. Hashtag Let's Play on Friday.
Or Bob Dampkin.
Coulter says he bodied Ricky. He'll body you too. I don't know what that means. So, Reigns versus Henry. Is Mark Henry's a heel now? Like he came back as a face.
Did he?
So yeah, because he came back and he did something. He beat up someone we don't like. And then he was at the chamber and he was kind of smiley or whatever. But he comes out tonight and it's like kiss his butt, shake his hand. And he comes out and he's like, and I was like, why is he making heel faces? And then after the match,
was he smiley at the chamber?
I just feel like he was Mark Henry, but he wasn't the mean Mark Henry with the Hall of Pain. You know what I'm saying? But after the match, Mark Henry does the slam on Roman, and then he does the splash.
Yeah.
So he fucked him up. Like the authority was basically like, go out there and fuck him up.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a little something on the side. Which face Mark Henry wouldn't do that, but heel Mark Henry would do that shit.
I just think he's just there.
He kind of is, and that's the problem. But Roman Reigns wins.
Of course. He's not going to lose to Mark Henry. Are you kidding? Come on, guys. Get out.
Captain K says, we literally witnessed Sal kill the guy in his heart transplant.
Yeah.
Captain, we don't talk about Clark Stan. Sal Melendez is coming back. The season premiere, June 16th. Top 5 monsters. It's season 2 at top 5 with Sal Melendez.
I won't be around.
You're not going to be there?
No.
Where are you going to be?
Just not here.
Because you don't want to see him or because you have other business?
I don't want to see him.
Okay.
I don't want to die.
I don't blame you. I don't like the guy.
He
either.
stinks.
He doesn't smell good.
He stinks. Lydia's in the house.
Lydia? Oh, shit. This thing's still going on. Oh, like we stopped doing this show. Lydia, don't you have a fucking thing to be working on that's top secret? The shit ain't top secret. Now I'm talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, don't talk anymore.
Lydia is an extremely talented artist. And to promote season 2 of Top 5 with Sal Melendez, every episode of season 2, all 6 of them, are going to have posters that Lydia's making. And the first one, from what I hear, is Sal Melendez. Should I not talk about it anymore? Just know that Lydia is an amazing artist. Lydia J on Facebook. Go check out her shit because she's so fucking good. She's the only person I would trust with making posters for Sal Melendez.
You love fucking spoiling shit, man.
That's not a spoiler.
Love spoiling.
That's not a spoiler.
This was going to be a surprise.
It is a surprise. I don't even know what the shit looks like. She doesn't know what it looks like because she probably fucking lied to me and said she was going to make it on Sunday. It didn't even start. You know what I'm saying? And then right now she's going, oh, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. You got me all riled up now. We go to the Sonic ad. And the Mega Powers.
Dude making the gay porn.
It's... They're sitting there and they're drinking their Sonic shakes. And Axel is taking a sip and he's like...
They're supposed to be saying lines, but they're just drinking their shake moaning.
And then Sandow is like, oh. And I'm just like, this sounds like gay sex. And it really does. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No.
So then we go to the New Day does one.
Yeah.
And it's
I just remember
Xavier. Xavier is drinking his and he's like raspberry. And then Big E is like chocolate. And then Kofi comes out and he's just like, we can have whatever we want.
Yeah, with Sonic Shakes, you can have whatever you like.
And then Big E starts to
They all start dancing. I love Big E because he's like the worst dancing black guy.
He's the best. He is the best. How dare you say he's the worst?
Oh, he's so. Oh, I love him.
There's a video, the Meta Powers. Yeah, Burnout's got my back. The Meta Powers. So there's a video I saw of Big E. I didn't hear the audio for it, but it was just like him in a nice car. It looked like a red Ferrari or whatever. And he's just like sitting in it and he's just looking. And then he gets up and he starts doing his dance outside the car. And it was just so goddamn funny.
That's funny.
I don't remember what it was called, or else I'd pull it up right now. I could probably still pull it up right now.
Notification.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, how dare these motherfuckers.
Face.
And now it's taking too long to load.
Your
you know what I'm saying?
face.
It's a kind of funny group. I don't have time for kind of funny right now. I'm doing 616 right now. So the Sonic ad was funny with the New Day. Big Show's was terrible. Paige versus Nikki. Tell me about it.
Looking good.
As always.
Pretty girls.
Okay. You don't even have to talk about that.
Yeah, I know. Just wanted to say it. It was a decent match.
I didn't think so. I didn't think it was good at all.
I guess maybe I'm just comparing to what the Divas matches have been the last few fucking weeks.
Well, the triple threat last night was dog shit.
They've all been
Elimination
bad.
Chamber. You got a weird eyebrow here. Turn your head.
Why do you always gotta pull my hair out?
I'm helping you.
Where?
Right here.
My eyebrows are fine.
No, dude, that one was way too long. It's still too long, but now
Stop
it's up.
pulling my hair out.
I'm trying to help you. If you want to walk around looking like a motherfucker, you can go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ. I'm Bo Dallas to your Adrian Neville. You know what I mean? I'm trying to help you, and you don't get it. So, for Paige versus Nikki, I wrote down bad match. The twin magic underneath the ring, I wrote down fucking lazy booking.
Why are we pretending like they're identical twins?
So for the Dan-Ans who didn't watch Raw, Paige has Nikki in trouble. She hits the package fisherman DDT thing off the second rope, which should have murdered Nikki. But then Nikki rolls from the middle of the ring, out of the ring, to the apron, and then Brie is just waiting there under the ring, and they switch. So Nikki should be dead, but she's coherent enough and alert enough to roll out and switch. So Brie goes in the ring, small package, 1, 2, 3, it's over. And then Nikki just comes out the other side of the ring, and they're celebrating together because that moved. It's like one of Paige's finishers off the second rope did nothing to her. And like you said, why are we pretending they're identical? They're not.
They weren't even wearing the same gear.
I think it would be funny if Mike Chioda was like, 1, 2, wait a second, where'd those titties go? That ain't the same bitch.
Her titties shrunk.
I know she fell off the top rope, but goddamn,
she popped her titties. She popped her titties.
You sound like a South Park character. So I just think, so the Bellas are heel again. Now that the black girl and the Samoan girl are out of the picture, the white girls are allowed to be the bad ones again, which is just the sad truth of how they're booking it. And this made referee Mike Chioda look like such a fucking moron, because you see the replay, and then we come back to Paige looking at him going, they switched. And Mike Chioda goes, what do you mean? 1, 2, 3. This dude's been a referee for like 22 years. It's not like he's never seen this shit before. Does he not watch the show?
No.
He doesn't know that anytime anyone looks alike in wrestling, that this is what they do. Referees have done it. Dave and Earl Hebner have done the switcheroo.
Oh.
God damn it. Burnout Inc. says, the second Vince goes in, the second Vince goes in the ground or to the psych ward, the division will reflect what's going on in NXT. And he corrects himself to Divas. We can only hope. I wish it would happen now.
Yeah.
Like, the Divas now can have good matches, but the girls in NXT are blowing them away. Some people are getting a little excited about how good the girls in NXT are. I mean, they're really fucking good.
They're much better than the girls.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Rusev, what's he doing?
Oh, he's broke. He's a broken man. He was on crutches. Mm-hmm. This is not the Rusev we're used to seeing, and I gotta tell you, I don't like it.
The only thing I wrote down was "fuck this." I don't like it. My ankle's broken. I have no career. I have no woman. He should never be like this. Mm-hmm. Rusev should be like, Lana wants to go hang out with that greaseball Dolph Ziggler. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Like, he could just be like, continue being a misogynistic asshole. Just be like, there's a million Lanas out there. I can get a Lana like this. Yeah. You know what I mean? And to say that all this shit is going bad for him, I don't like it. I liked his tweet broken foot,
Right.
big deal.
But like,
and
what?
this is a complete
It's
180.
not. Yeah, it's not reflecting that at all.
Rusev
The
is
tweet was
doing his
hilarious.
Microsoft impression. No use games, DRM, $500,
Oh, yeah.
and then just no, we're just playing. You know what I'm saying? Don't buy PS4.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah. So that's the problem I had with that. Where do we go from here? Because I stopped taking notes because I was in here setting up. We didn't talk about Bo versus Neville.
Well, we have Orton versus Sheamus first.
I didn't. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Sorry. I don't like Sheamus. He doesn't do anything for me. You can recap the Danas and what happened.
Orton won by DQ because Sheamus hit him with a chair, and then Sheamus beat the fuck out of him. Bro kicked him like 2 times or 3 or something like that.
Yeah.
That's about it.
So Sheamus versus Orton are starting a mini feud now because they're going to be in Money in the Bank together, and they need this hodgepodge group of people in that match to have some sort of attachment to each other.
Yeah.
So if they're mad at each other, that'll give them reasons to do specific spots with each other in the ladder match. Where do we go next?
Well, versus Devil.
Neville. So Neville's coming out. His music hits. And I go, who's this? And you said,
Neville.
I was like, what's his name?
Neville.
I was like, now Neville I can get into.
I don't know about Neville.
And if the Danans don't know what we're referencing, just go to YouTube and type in Celery Man.
Can I get a nude Neville?
Can I see a Neville wobble? Flagenschnebel. You know what I mean? It's a Tim and Eric joke. And if you don't like Tim and Eric, like Roman Reigns haters, go fuck yourself.
Watch Dancer, too, because there's clips from that.
Dancer, starring the artist formerly known as Mike Charles and myself. It's a great clip.
It's okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So I think Bo and Neville had a good match here. I like how Bo, he's got great awareness in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Just he knows where he is at all times, and he knows where all the cameras are. And he talks loud enough at the right time so you can hear him furthering the story in the ring.
Talking,
yeah,
like not
you don't hear him saying,
spots.
yeah, you don't hear him saying like off the ropes elbow. You'll hear him going like, "I'm trying to help you," and like
story.
He doesn't even over enunciate it. He just says it loud enough, and someone's close enough to him that you hear it.
Right. You
know what I mean? And I think he's great at that.
Yeah, like I said last week, I think I do like Bo.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he's back. He's more involved. He actually has like a feud, and that after being off TV for like 6 months, that they're actually like finally developing his character a little bit more.
You were making some comments about the shape that Bo was in.
Oh yeah, he looks like. Well, I said last night, like he is not in good. Like looks out of shape.
Yeah,
like he's just a pudgy man. And then tonight you said that he looked like he's a fat boy who's mad because someone stole his candy bar, his chocolate.
Yeah,
and I was like, and I thought he looks like a fat kid that would like chocolate. Yeah. Like he looks like chocolate is his indulgence,
his go-to,
his poison, you know. And I just pictured him in his gear with his white shorts, with the giant Hershey bar, like the full size ones, with the wrapper pulled down, but like it's still like, you know, it's like folded down around his hand. It's got a big bite mark out of it, all melty, and the chocolate is just covering his face, and he's walking around like a toddler, like with his finger in his belly button. Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue. I think that's how he should come out one of these days.
Steve says, I'm in better shape than
me too.
I think a lot of people are in better shape.
And look at this. Look at
that. Let me put tea in your belly button.
No, no.
I just wanted to see if you'd say yes to that.
It's all gonna be all sticky.
It's already sticky. Don't you coat yourself in soda pops all day?
But then I shower off, and it's good for the skin.
Oh, I understand.
Because the carbonation breaks up all the toxins on the outer side.
I had heard that, but I wasn't certain if that was the case. Yeah. Okay.
And the Coke, the acidity of the Coke and the cola burns off the top layer of skin.
The Coke in the cola.
No. There's no. That's not a thing anymore. They're just the acid in the cola.
Oh.
It burns the first layer of skin off, which is good because the top layer, most people don't know this, it's very toxic.
Yeah.
Your top skin. You got to burn it off at least once a week.
You got to burn your skin off.
That's how you get cancers. You're not burning your skin off.
That's how that girl in the crowd got cancer.
She wasn't.
She was too busy watching John Cena matches, and she wasn't burning her skin off.
That's why when people who like suntan a lot, they don't get cancer.
Never,
because they're burning the top layer of their skin.
They're getting rid of that dangerous layer. Where do we go after Neville versus Bo? I think we have Bray versus Reigns left, right?
Yeah, it's the final match.
So this is good, hard-hitting match as these guys usually have. Not necessarily with each other, but
just
singularly. These guys usually hit pretty hard.
But they had a good match.
They did
tonight.
I think Bray has been all over the place.
I love Bray, but just like it's so hard to get behind him because like there was like a month they built up him versus Ryback, and then they had one match on Raw, or was it? Well, did they have a match even at a pay-per-view?
Yeah, they did. And a lot of people were saying that it was a really good match.
I can't even. Did we fast forward that?
Yeah, we did because we were behind, so we were trying to catch up. But yeah, so we missed that.
But yeah, they built it up for like a month, and then it was just one and done. And like, he's just like has no purpose.
No, unfortunately, they'll come around. They're gonna have purpose for him.
He's gonna be fine, but I just would like to see them do something. More with him.
So Reigns wins.
He had a great. Fuckery. There was a really good. He had his super punch on Wyatt.
Superman punch.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Looked really good.
Yeah,
because he was like running at him like he does that like flying, where he flies at you, and he was kind of midair and he like flipped. Looked really good.
I enjoyed it. So Reigns wins. The Authority is about to come in the ring and fuck him up.
Right.
Dean shows up, comes out of the crowd. They lay waste to the Authority and they beat the shit out of people. Ricky says Ryback Bray was pretty bad. I kind of felt the same way. We fast forwarded through most of it. What I did see, I wasn't a fan of. So I don't remember have any recollection. Okay. So and I loved at one point it's Seth, Dean, and Roman in the ring, and Dean throws the belt and Seth grabs it. It's like. And then Dean hits his finisher on him, and then they leave.
That was cool.
And Cole was like, he gave him the belt back. Seth couldn't hang on to it.
That was fucking funny.
I thought that was funny. I like this thing that they're doing with Seth and Dean.
I do too.
Where, like, I think this is kind of happening as a holdover for Lesnar to come back.
When do you think he's going to come back?
SummerSlam.
That's what I was.
Spoilers for the Dan-Ans who don't read the internet. Raw's in Chicago, I think July 6th or 16th, and really? Lesnar is advertised for the show. So... Not only
and when does SummerSlam take place? July, August.
Okay, yeah. So we should go to that Raw. Okay. So let's not fuck around this time and let's actually go.
All right.
Because we fucked around for Extreme Rules. You know what I'm saying? Burnout says, my hope is Bray has a rematch with Taker at SummerSlam. No! And Bray wins. I think that would elevate him and reestablish him in the eyes of fans. And I would just love to see Taker again. No. Bray and Undertaker was not a good match. Bray beating Undertaker at SummerSlam doesn't hold any weight. One, because Taker wrestles once a year. Two, because Undertaker, like, the big one was Taker Bray at WrestleMania. Like, you can beat the Undertaker on Raw, and it's like, wow, he beat Taker. But if you beat Taker at WrestleMania, it's like, whoa!
The thing. Like, Taker's been beaten before.
Yeah. What's like, someone look up Undertaker's SummerSlam record. It's probably like 2-8.
Yeah, that doesn't. If he beats Undertaker at SummerSlam, then it is him just beating an old man.
Yeah, it's
because it doesn't carry the mystique of WrestleMania.
So I don't need that shit in my life, but I respect his opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
So Dean shows up. He leaves with the title
again. Don't come back to this chat.
No, I love Burnout.
I'm just kidding.
I want him to keep coming back. I want everyone to keep coming back, and I want everyone who's with us right now to hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we've had a fun show here. We've had an active chat. I want to thank everybody for being here. They chose us over Paul Heyman and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
We love you for
That's big. So hit that like button.
I wouldn't have done that.
If you're not subscribed to the channel, obviously you did because you're here. Subscribe to the channel because we do this show on Monday.
Yeah.
We do this show, sweetie. This show on Monday. We got the 616 Entertainment Podcast on Wednesday. We do Let's Plays every Friday. We just did one with Surgeon Simulator that was so fucking good. So this channel is very active. Like, subscribe. Tell all your Dan friends about it. You know what I'm saying? Make them Dan-Dans.
Make them Dan.
Follow you on Twitter at
artist_616.
Follow me on Twitter at
IDS616.
Follow me on Instagram at 616 Entertainment. We got so much going on. It's hard to keep up with. So now it's time for the official outro. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I love this one. We love you, Dan. We're going to see you next week.